Good evening, and welcome to Footnotes Folly. I am Professor Reginald St. John Pemberton, and tonight we take up the most overwhelming of all the tragedies, the one many hold to be the greatest thing Shakespeare ever wrote, and the hardest to bear, of King Lear. We give you the whole of it, complete and unabridged across 4 parts, in clear modern English. The great speech is kept whole, the plain rendering and the asides are my own. This is part 1. It begins with a foolish old king who decides to divide his kingdom among his 3 daughters according to which of them can flatter him best, and when his youngest and dearest, Cordelia, refuses to play the game and simply says she loves him as a daughter should, no more and no less, he disinherits and banishes her in a rage, along with the one honest courtier who dares to object. It is the act of a vain old man, and from it flows one of the most harrowing stories ever told. Beside it runs a second tale of a father and his children, the Earl of Gloucester, deceived by his scheming bastard son Edmund against his good son Edgar. 2 old men, 2 sets of children, and the slow, terrible price of folly. Let us begin.
Kent, Gloucester, and Edmund enter a state-room in King Lear's palace. I thought the king favoured the Duke of Albany more than Cornwall. It always seemed so to us, but now, in the division of the kingdom, it is impossible to tell which duke he values more. Their portions are so carefully balanced that even the sharpest scrutiny could not choose between them. Is this not your son, my lord? His upbringing, sir, has been at my expense. I have blushed so often to acknowledge him that now I am hardened to it. I do not understand you. Sir, this young man's mother did understand me, and by that understanding she grew round with child, and had a son for her cradle before she had a husband for her bed. Do you detect a fault? I cannot wish the fault undone, since its result is so fine. But I have a son, sir, lawful by marriage, about a year older than this one, though no dearer to me. This fellow came rather boldly into the world before he was summoned, yet his mother was fair, there was good pleasure in his making, and the son born out of wedlock must be acknowledged. Do you know this noble gentleman, Edmund? No, my lord. My lord of Kent. Remember him hereafter as my honourable friend. My service to your lordship. I must come to love you and seek to know you better. Sir, I shall study how to deserve that. He has been away 9 years, and away he shall go again. The king is coming. A ceremonial flourish sounds within. Lear enters with Cornwall, Albany, Goneril, Regan, Cordelia, and attendants. Gloucester attend the lords of France and Burgundy. I shall, my lord. Gloucester and Edmund leave. Meanwhile, we shall declare our hidden purpose. Give me the map there. Know that we have divided our kingdom into 3 parts, and it is our firm intention to shake the cares and business of rule from our old age, placing them on younger strength, while we, unburdened, crawl toward death. Our son of Cornwall, and you, our no less loving son of Albany, we now intend to make public the several dowries of our daughters, so future quarrels may be prevented now. The Princes France and Burgundy, great rivals for our youngest daughter's love, have long stayed in our court as suitors, and now must receive their answer. Tell me, my daughters, since we will now strip ourselves of rule, of territory, and of the cares of state, which of you shall we say loves us most? Then our greatest generosity may go where natural affection is matched by merit. Goneril, our eldest born, speak first. Sir, I love you more than words can express, dearer than eyesight, space, and freedom, beyond anything rich or rare that can be valued, no less than life itself with grace, health, beauty, and honor, as much as any child ever loved, or any father ever received. It is a love that makes breath seem poor and speech unable. Beyond all measure, I love you. What shall Cordelia say? Love and be silent. Of all these boundaries, from this line to this, with shadowed forests, rich open plains, plentiful rivers, and wide meadows, we make you lady. Let this remain forever to you and Albany's children. What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife of Cornwall? Speak. Sir, I am made of the same substance as my sister, and value myself at her worth. In my true heart I find she has named my very act of love. Only she falls short, for I declare myself an enemy to all other joys that the most precious range of sense can possess, and I find that I am happy only in your dear highness's love. Then poor Cordelia. And yet not poor, since I am sure my love is heavier than my tongue. To you and your heirs forever shall remain this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, strength, and pleasure than that given to Goneril. Now our joy, though last and least, for whose young love the vines of France and the milk of Burgundy strive to be joined, what can you say to win a third more splendid than your sister's? Speak. Nothing, my lord. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again. Unhappy as I am, I cannot lift my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my duty, no more and no less. What, Cordelia? Improve your speech a little, or you may ruin your fortunes. But my lord, you begot me, raised me, and loved me. I return those duties as is right. I obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why do my sisters have husbands, if they say they love you entirely? Perhaps, when I marry, the lord whose hand takes my pledge will carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Surely I shall never marry as my sisters have, only to love my father. Is this truly your heart? Yes, my good lord. So young and so lacking in tenderness. So young, my lord, and true. Let it be so. Then let your truth be your dowry. By the sacred radiance of the sun, by the mysteries of Hecate and the night, by all the powers of the stars by which we live and cease to be, here I renounce all fatherly care, all kinship, and all claims of blood. From this moment forever I hold you a stranger to my heart and to myself. The barbarous Scythian, or the man who makes meals of his own children to satisfy his appetite, shall be as near to my heart, as pitied, and as helped as you, my former daughter. Good my liege. Peace, Kent. Do not come between the dragon and his rage. I loved her most, and thought to rest my age under her gentle care. Cordelia, go and keep out of my sight. May my grave give me peace, as here I tear her from her father's heart. Call France. Who is moving? Call Burgundy. Cornwall and Albany. Divide this third together with my 2 daughters' dowries. Let pride, which she calls honesty, be her husband. I invest you jointly with my power, rank, and all the great privileges that attend majesty. As for myself, month by month in turn, keeping only 100 knights to be maintained by you, I shall live with each of you in due order. We shall keep only the name and title of king. The authority, revenue, and administration of all the rest, beloved sons, shall be yours. To confirm this, divide this crown between you. Lear gives the crown. Royal Lear, whom I have always honored as my king, loved as my father, followed as my master, and remembered in my prayers as my great patron. The bow is bent and drawn. Get out of the arrow's way. Let it fly, then, even if the forked head pierces the region of my heart. Let Kent be unmannerly when Lear is mad. What are you doing, old man? Do you think duty should be afraid to speak when power bows down to flattery? Honor is bound to plain speech when majesty falls into folly. Reverse your decision, and in your best judgment check this hideous rashness. I stake my life on my judgment. Your youngest daughter does not love you least, nor are those hearts empty whose quiet voices do not echo with hollowness. Kent, on your life no more. I have never held my life as anything but a stake to wager against your enemies. I do not fear losing it when your safety is the reason. Out of my sight. See better, Lear, and let me remain the true focus of your eye. Now by Apollo. Now by Apollo, king, you swear by your gods in vain. O servant! Traitor! Lear lays his hand on his sword. Dear sir, stop. Kill your physician, and give the fee to the foul disease. Take back your gift, or while I can force sound from my throat, I will tell you that you do wrong. Hear me, renegade. By your allegiance, hear me. Since you have tried to make us break our vows, which we have never yet dared to do, and with stubborn pride have come between our judgment and our power, which neither our nature nor our place can bear, our authority being upheld, take your reward. We grant you 5 days to make provision against the dangers of the world, and on the 6th you must turn your hated back on our kingdom. If on the next day after that your banished body is found in our dominions, that moment is your death. Away! By Jupiter, this shall not be revoked. Farewell, king. Since this is how you choose to show yourself, freedom lives away from here, and banishment is here. May the gods take you, Cordelia, into their dear protection, you who think justly and have spoken truly. And may your great speeches, Goneril and Regan, be proved by your deeds, so that good actions may spring from words of love. Thus Kent, princes, says farewell to you all. He will shape his old life into a new country. Kent exits. A flourish sounds. Gloucester re-enters with France, Burgundy, and attendants. Here are France and Burgundy, my noble lord. My lord of Burgundy, we speak first to you who have competed with this king for our daughter. What is the least dowry you will require with her now, or else give up your pursuit of love? Most royal majesty, I ask no more than your highness has offered, and you will not offer less. Right noble Burgundy, when she was dear to us, we valued her so. But now her price has fallen. Sir, there she stands. If anything in that small, seeming person, or all of it, joined with our displeasure and nothing more, can suitably please your grace, she is there, and she is yours. I know no answer to that. Will you take her as she is, with the weaknesses she owns, friendless, newly adopted into our hatred, endowed with our curse, and made a stranger by our oath? Take her or leave her. Pardon me, royal sir. A choice cannot be made under such conditions. Then leave her, sir, for by the power that made me, I have told you all her wealth. As for you, great king, I would not so mislead your love as to match you where I hate. Therefore I beg you, turn your affection toward some worthier path than toward a wretch whom nature is almost ashamed to acknowledge as her own. This is most strange, that she who just now was your greatest treasure, the subject of your praise, the comfort of your age, the best and dearest, should in this instant do something so monstrous that it strips away so many layers of favor. Surely her offense must be so unnatural that it makes her monstrous, or else your affection, so strongly declared before, has become tainted. To believe such guilt of her would require a faith that reason could never plant in me without a miracle. I still beg your majesty, since I lack that smooth and oily art of speaking what I do not mean, since what I truly intend I will do before I speak it, make it known that no vicious stain, No murder or foulness, no unchaste act or dishonorable step has deprived me of your grace and favor. It is only the lack of what makes me richer, a constantly pleading eye, and a tongue I am glad I do not have, though not having it has cost me your affection. It would have been better if you had never been born, than not to have pleased me better. Is that all? A slowness in nature, which often leaves unspoken the story it intends to act out. My lord of Burgundy, what do you say to the lady? Love is not love when it is mixed with considerations that stand apart from the whole point. Will you have her? She herself is a dowry. Royal king, give only the portion you yourself proposed, and here I take Cordelia by the hand as Duchess of Burgundy. Nothing. I have sworn it. I am firm. Then I am sorry you have so lost a father that you must lose a husband. Peace be with Burgundy. Since his love is made of concern for fortune, I shall not be his wife. Fairest Cordelia, you are richest when poor, most choice when forsaken, and most loved when despised. You and your virtues I take here as my own. If it is lawful, I take up what has been thrown away. Gods, it is strange that from their coldest neglect my love should kindle into burning respect. Your daughter without a dowry king cast into my chance, is queen of me, of what is mine, and of our fair France. Not all the dukes of watery Burgundy can buy this unvalued, precious maid from me. Say farewell to them, Cordelia, though they are unkind. You lose here, but will find a better place elsewhere. You have her, France. Let her be yours, for we have no such daughter, and shall never see that face of hers again. Therefore be gone without our grace, our love, or our blessing. Come, noble Burgundy. A flourish sounds. Lear, Burgundy, Cornwall, Albany, Gloucester, and attendants exit. Say farewell to your sisters. You jewels of our father, with tear-washed eyes, Cordelia leaves you. I know what you are, and as a sister I am most unwilling to name your faults for what they are. Love our father well. I entrust him to the heart you have professed. Yet, alas, if I still stood in his grace, I would place him in better care. So farewell to you both. Do not prescribe our duties to us. Let your study be to please your lord, who has received you as fortune's charity. You have been scant in obedience, and you well deserve the lack that you now suffer. Time will uncover what pledged cunning hides. Whoever covers faults will at last be mocked by shame. May you prosper. Come, my fair Cordelia. France and Cordelia exit. Sister, I have a great deal to say about what most closely concerns us both. I think our father will leave tonight. That is certain, and he will go with you. Next month he will be with us. You see how full of sudden changes his age is. We have observed it closely. He always loved our sister most, and how poor his judgment is now in casting her off is grossly plain. It is the weakness of his age, though he has never known himself very well. Even in the best and soundest years of his life he was rash. So in his old age we must expect not only the flaws of habits long rooted in him, but also the unruly waywardness that weak and angry years bring with them. We are likely to have such unsteady outbursts from him as this banishment of Kent. There is still some formal leave-taking between France and him. Please let us work together. If our father keeps authority with the temper he now carries, this last surrender of his power will only harm us. We shall think further about it. We must do something, and while the matter is hot. They exit. Edmund enters with a letter. Nature, you are my goddess. I am bound to serve your law. Why should I submit to the plague of custom, and let the picky rules of nations strip me of my rights, only because I was born some 12 or 14 months after my brother? Why call me bastard? Why base? My body is as well made, my spirit as noble, and my shape as true as any child born to an honest wife. Why do they brand us with baseness, bastardy? Base? We, who in nature's strong and secret heat are conceived with more vigor and fierce quality than those made in a dull, stale, tired marriage bed, where a whole tribe of fools is begotten half asleep. Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is as much for the bastard Edmund as for the legitimate son. Fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate, if this letter succeeds, and my invention thrives, Edmund the base shall rise above the legitimate. I grow, I prosper. Now, gods, stand up for bastards. Gloucester enters. Kent banished like this. France gone away in anger. The king leaving tonight. His power signed away, himself confined to an allowance. All this done in a sudden rush. Edmund, what now? What news? If it please your lordship, none. Edmund puts away the letter. Why are you so eager to put up that letter? I know of no news, my lord. What paper were you reading? Nothing, my lord. No? Then why did you hurry it so fearfully into your pocket? Nothing does not usually need to hide itself. Let me see it. Come, if it is nothing, I shall not need spectacles. I beg you, sir, pardon me. It is a letter from my brother, and I have not read it all. From as much as I have seen, I do not think it fit for your eyes. Give me the letter, sir. I shall offend either by keeping it or by giving it. The contents, as far as I understand them, are blameworthy. Let me see. I hope, in defense of my brother, that he wrote this only as a test, a trial of my loyalty. This reverence and policy toward old age makes the world bitter to men in their best years. It keeps our fortunes from us until we are too old to enjoy them. I begin to see a useless and foolish bondage in the oppression of age tyranny, which rules not by its own strength, but because it is allowed to rule. Come to me, so I may speak more about this. If our father would sleep until I woke him, you would enjoy half his income forever, and live beloved by your brother Edgar. Conspiracy? Sleep until I woke him, and you would enjoy half his income. My son Edgar, did he have a hand to write this? A heart and brain to conceive it? When did this come to you? Who brought it? It was not brought to me, my lord. That is the cunning part. I found it thrown in through the window of my room. Do you know the handwriting to be your brother's? If the matter were good, my lord, I would dare swear it was his, but because it is what it is, I would gladly think it was not. It is his. It is his hand, my lord, but I hope his heart is not in these words. Has he never before tested you about this matter? Never, my lord. But I have often heard him argue that when sons are fully grown and fathers have declined, the father should become the son's ward, and the son should manage his income. Oh, villain, villain! That very opinion is in the letter. Hateful villain! Unnatural, detestable, brutish villain, worse than brutish. Go, sirrah, find him. I will arrest him. Abominable villain! Where is he? I do not really know, my lord. If it please you, hold back your anger against my brother until you can get clearer proof from him of his intention. Then you would take a certain course. But if you act violently against him, and mistake his purpose, it would tear a great hole in your own honor and break to pieces the heart of his obedience. I would stake my life that he wrote this only to test my affection for your honor, and not for any dangerous purpose. Do you think so? If your honor thinks it proper, I will place you where you may hear us speak about this, and by the assurance of your own ears be satisfied, without any delay beyond this very evening. He cannot be such a monster. Nor is he, surely. Against his father, who loves him so tenderly and completely. Heaven and earth. Edmund, find him out. Draw him out for me, I pray you. Shape the business according to your own wisdom. I would give up my estate to know the truth properly. I will seek him at once, sir, manage the matter as best I can, and tell you everything. These recent eclipses of the sun and moon mean no good for us. Though the wisdom of nature can reason about them this way, and that nature still finds itself whipped by the effects that follow. Love cools, friendship falls away, brothers divide. In cities there are mutinies, in countries discord, in palaces treason, and the bond between son and father is cracked. This villain of mine fits the prediction. There is son against father. The king falls away from the course of nature. There is father against child. We have seen the best of our time. Plots, falsehood, treachery, and every ruinous disorder will follow us uneasily to our graves. Find out this villain, Edmund. You shall lose nothing by it. Do it carefully. And noble, true-hearted kid Banished. His offense was honesty. It is strange. Gloucester exits. This is the splendid foolishness of the world. When our fortunes are sick, often because we have overeaten on our own behavior, we blame our disasters on the sun, the moon, and the stars, as if we were villains by necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and traitors because the spheres rule us, drunkards, liars, and adulterers forced into obedience by planetary influence, and all our evil done because divinity pushed us into it. A marvelous escape for lustful man, to charge his goatish nature to a star. My father lay with my mother under the dragon's tail, and I was born under Ursa Major, so it follows that I am rough and lecherous. Nonsense. I would have been what I am even if the most manly star in the heavens had twinkled over my bastard making. Edgar enters. Exactly, he comes like the catastrophe of an old comedy. My cue is villainous melancholy, with a sigh like Tom o' Bedlam. Oh, these eclipses foretell these divisions. Thus sol am I. What now, brother Edmund? What serious thoughts are you lost in? I am thinking, brother, of a prediction I read the other day about what would follow these eclipses. Do you trouble yourself with that? I promise you the effects he writes of are coming unhappily true. Unnaturalness between child and parent, death, famine, the breaking of old friendships, divisions in the state, threats and curses against king and nobles, needless suspicions, banishment of friends, scattering of armies, breaches in marriage, and I do not know what else. How long have you been a follower of astrology? Come, come. When did you last see my father? Last night. Did you speak with him? Yes, for 2 hours together. Did you part on good terms? Did you find no displeasure in him, either in his words or in his face? None at all. Think carefully how you may have offended him. At my request, keep away from his presence until a little time has cooled the heat of his anger. At this moment it rages so fiercely in him that even harm to your person would scarcely satisfy it. Some villain has wronged me. That is what I fear. I pray you, restrain yourself and stay away until the speed of his rage slows down. As I said, retire with me to my lodging. From there I will bring you at the right time to hear my lord speak. Please go. There is my key. If you go out, go armed. Armed, brother? Brother, I advise you for the best. I am no honest man if there is any good intention toward you. I have told you what I have seen and heard, but weakly, nothing like the full image and horror of it. Please away. Shall I hear from you soon? I serve you in this business. Edgar exits. A trusting father, and a noble brother whose nature is so far from doing harm that he suspects none. My schemes ride easily on his foolish honesty. I see how this will go. If I cannot have lands by birth, let me have them by wit. Whatever I can shape to fit my purpose is proper for me. Edmund exits. Goneril and Oswald enter a room in the Duke of Albany's palace. Did my father strike my servant because he scolded his fool? Yes, madam. Day and night he insults me. Every hour he bursts into some crude offense or other that sets us all against one another. I will not put up with it. His nights are growing disorderly, and he himself scolds us over every little thing. When he comes back from hunting, I will not speak with him. Say I am ill. If you are less prompt and attentive than usual in serving him, that will be well done. I will answer for any blame. Horns sound within. He is coming, madam. I hear him. You and the other servants may show whatever tired negligence you like. I want it to become an issue. If he dislikes it, let him go to our sister. I know her mind and mine are one in this. We will not be ruled by him. Idle old man, still wanting to wield the powers he has given away. By my life, old fools become children again, and must be corrected as well as flattered when they are plainly misbehaving. Remember what I have said. Very well, madam. And let his nights meet colder looks from all of you. Whatever comes of it does not matter. Tell your fellow servants the same. I want to create occasions from this, and I will, so that I may speak out. I will write at once to my sister, telling her to follow exactly the same course. Prepare dinner. They exit. Kent enters in disguise. If I can borrow another accent well enough to blur my usual speech, then my good purpose may succeed in the work for which I have changed my appearance. Now, banished Kent, if you can serve in the place where you stand condemned, then perhaps your master, whom you love, will find you full of faithful labor. Horns sound within. King Lear enters with knights and attendants. Do not keep me waiting even a moment for dinner. Go, have it made ready. How now? What are you? An attendant exits. A man, sir. What trade do you follow? What do you want with us? I claim to be no less than I appear, to serve honestly the man who trusts me, to love an honest man, to speak with a wise man who says little, to fear judgment, to fight when I must, and to eat no fish. What are you? A very honest-hearted fellow, and as poor as the king. If you are as poor for a subject as he is for a king, you are poor enough. What do you want? Service. Whom would you serve? You. Do you know me, fellow? No, sir, but you have something in your face that I would gladly call master. What is that? Authority. What services can you perform? I can keep honest secrets, ride, run, spoil an elaborate tale by telling it badly, and deliver a plain message bluntly. Whatever ordinary men are fit for, I am qualified to do, and the best thing about me is diligence. How old are you? Not so young, sir, that I love a woman because she sings, and not so old that I dote on her for anything at all. I carry 48 years on my back. Follow me. You shall serve me. If I like you no worse after dinner, I will not part with you yet. Dinner, ho! Dinner. Where is my knave, my fool? You there, call my fool here. An attendant exits. Oswald enters. You, sirrah, where is my daughter? If it please you. Oswald exits. What did that fellow say? Call that blockhead back. Where is my fool? Ho! I think the whole world is asleep. A knight exits, then returns. Well? Where is that mongrel? He says, my lord, that your daughter is not well. Why did the slave not come back to me when I called him? Sir, he answered me very bluntly that he would not. He would not. My lord, I do not know what the matter is, but in my judgment your highness is not being received with the ceremonious affection you used to have. A great lessening of kindness shows itself in the household in general, and in the duke himself, and in your daughter too. Ha! Do you say so? I beg you to pardon me, my lord, if I am mistaken, but my duty cannot stay silent when I think your highness is being wronged. You only remind me of what I had already begun to think. I have noticed a very faint neglect lately, though I have blamed it more on my own suspicious curiosity than on any real plan or purpose of unkindness. I will look further into it. But where is my fool? I have not seen him these 2 days. Since my young lady went to France, sir, the fool has wasted away with grief. No more of that. I have observed it well. Go and tell my daughter I wish to speak with her. You go call my fool here. One attendant exits, then another. Oswald re-enters. Oh, you, sir, you. Come here, sir. Who am I, sir? My lady's father. My lady's father. My lord's servant. You horse and dog, you slave, you cur. I am none of these, my lord. I beg your pardon. Do you glare at me, you rascal? Lear strikes him. I will not be struck, my lord. Nor tripped either, you base football player. Kent trips up Oswald's heels. I thank you, fellow. You serve me, and I will love you. Come, sir, get up and go. I will teach you the difference between men. Away, away. If you want to measure your clumsy length on the floor again, stay here, otherwise go. Come, have you any sense? So. Kent pushes Oswald out. Now, my friendly knave, I thank you. Here is the first payment for your service. Lear gives Kent money. The fool enters. Let me hire him too. Here is my fool's cap. The fool gives Kent his cap. How now, my pretty knave? How are you? Sirrah, you had better take my fool's cap. Why, fool? Because you have taken the side of a man who is out of favor. If you cannot smile whichever way the wind blows, you will soon catch cold. There, take my cap. This fellow has banished 2 of his daughters and blessed the 3rd against his will. If you follow him, you must wear my cap. How now, uncle? I wish I had 2 caps and 2 daughters. Why, my boy? If I gave them all my living, I would keep my fool's caps for myself. There is mine, beg another from your daughters. Take care, sirrah, or you will have the whip. Truth is a dog that must go to its kennel. It must be whipped out, while Lady Brack may stand by the fire and stink. A bitter sting to me. Sirrah, I will teach you a saying. Do. Mark it, uncle. Have more than you show, speak less than you know, lend less than you owe, ride more than you walk, learn more than you believe, stake less than you throw. Leave your drink and your whore, stay indoors, and you will have more than 20 out of 20. This is nothing, fool. Then it is like the breath of an unpaid lawyer. You gave me nothing for it. Can you make no use of nothing, uncle? Why, no, boy. Nothing can be made out of nothing. Please tell him that this is exactly what the rent from his land comes to. He will not believe a fool. The fool speaks to Kent. A bitter fool. Do you know the difference, my boy, between a bitter fool and a sweet one? No, lad. Teach me. That lord who advised you to give away your land, place him here beside me, and you stand in his place. The sweet and bitter fool will appear at once, one here in motley, the other found over there. Do you call me fool, boy? You have given away all your other titles, the one you were born with. This is not altogether foolish, my lord. No, truly, lords and great men will not let me be wholly foolish. If I had an exclusive right to folly, they would demand a share of it, and ladies too. They will not let me keep all the fool for myself, they will be snatching at it. Uncle, give me an egg, and I will give you 2 crowns. What 2 crowns will they be? Why, after I cut the egg down the middle and eat the inside, the 2 crowns of the eggshell. When you split your crown in the middle and gave away both halves, you carried your donkey on your back through the mud. There was little wit in your bald crown when you gave your golden one away. If I speak like myself in this, let the first man who notices it be whipped. Fools never had less favor in a year, for wise men have grown foolish and do not know how to wear their wits. Their manners are so imitative. When did you become so full of songs, sirrah? I have used them, uncle, ever since you made your daughters your mothers. For when you gave them the rod and pulled down your own breeches, then they wept for sudden joy, and I sang for sorrow, that such a king should play peekaboo and go among the fools. Please, uncle, keep a schoolmaster who can teach your fool to lie. I would gladly learn to lie. If you lie, sirrah, we will have you whipped. I wonder what kin you and your daughters are. They will have me whipped for speaking truth. You will have me whipped for lying, and sometimes I am whipped for holding my peace. I would rather be any kind of thing than a fool, and yet I would not be you, uncle. You have shaved your wit from both sides and left nothing in the middle. Here comes one of the shavings. Goneril enters. How now, daughter? Why is that frown on your forehead? I think you have been too much in the frown lately. You were a fine fellow when you did not have to care whether she frowned. Now you are a 0 without a number beside it. I am better than you are now. I am a fool. You are nothing. Yes, truly, I will hold my tongue. Your face commands me, though you say nothing. Hush, hush. He who keeps neither crust nor crumb, because he is weary of everything, will soon want something. There stands an empty pea-pod. Sir, it is not only this licensed fool of yours. Others in your insolent following are forever finding fault and picking quarrels, breaking out into gross, unbearable riots. Sir, I thought that by making this known to you I would find a sure remedy. But now I grow afraid, from what you yourself have lately said and done, that you protect this behavior and encourage it by your permission. If you do, the fault will not escape judgment, nor will the remedies lie idle. For the good of a healthy state, those remedies may in their working offend you, otherwise it would be shameful, but then necessity will call the action prudent. For you know, uncle, the hedge sparrow fed the cuckoo so long that in the end its young bit off its head. So the candle went out, and we were left in the dark. Are you our daughter? Come, sir, I wish you would make use of that good wisdom I know you possess, and put away these moods that lately change you from what you truly are. Can an ass not know when the cart is pulling the horse? Whoop, Jub, I love you. Does anyone here know me? This is not Lear. Does Lear walk like this? Speak like this? Where are his eyes? Either his understanding is failing, or his judgment has fallen asleep. Ha! Am I awake? It cannot be so. Who can tell me who I am? Lear's shadow. I would like to learn that, for by the signs of kingship, knowledge, and reason, I should be falsely persuaded that I had daughters. Daughters who will make you an obedient father. Your name, fair gentlewoman? This amazement of yours, sir, is much like the rest of your recent antics. I beg you to understand my purpose rightly. Since you are old and honored, you ought to be wise. Here you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disorderly, so debauched, and so bold that this court, infected by their manners, looks like a riotous inn. Gluttony and lust make it more like a tavern or a brothel than a dignified palace. The shame itself demands an immediate cure. Therefore be persuaded by the woman who will otherwise take what she now begs. Reduce your train a little, and let those who remain in attendance be men suited to your age, who know themselves and know you. Darkness and devils! Saddle my horses, call my train together. Degenerate bastard, I will not trouble you. I still have one daughter left. You strike my people, and your disorderly rabble make servants of their betters. Albany enters. Sorrow that repents too late. Oh, sir, have you come? Is this your will? Speak, sir. Prepare my horses. Ingratitude, you marble-hearted fiend, more hideous when you appear in a child than any sea monster. Please, sir, be patient. Detested vulture, you lie. My train are men of choice and rare quality, who know every particular of duty and most exactly uphold the honor of their rank. Oh, smallest fault, how ugly you seemed in Cordelia! Like a machine, it wrenched my nature from its fixed place, drew all love from my heart, and added bitterness. Oh, Lear, Lear, Lear! Beat at this gate, that let your folly in and your dear judgment out. Go, go, my people. My lord, I am guiltless and ignorant of what has moved you. It may be so, my lord. Hear me, nature, hear me, dear goddess, hear. Suspend your purpose, if you intended to make this creature fruitful. Put barrenness into her womb. Dry up in her the organs of increase, and let no child ever spring from her degraded body to honor her. If she must bear a child, make it a child of spite, that it may live as a perverse and unnatural torment to her. Let it stamp wrinkles in her young brow, let falling tears wear channels in her cheeks. Let it turn all a mother's pains and benefits into laughter and contempt, so she may feel how sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child. Away, away! Lear exits. Now, gods we worship, what has caused this? Do not trouble yourself to know more of it. Let his temper have the freedom that senility gives it. Lear returns. What, 50 of my followers cut off at one stroke? Within a fortnight? What is the matter, sir? I will tell you. Life and death. I am ashamed that you have the power to shake my manhood like this, that these hot tears, forced from me, should make you worth them. Blights and fogs fall on you. Let the unhealed wounds of a father's curse pierce every sense about you. Old foolish eyes, if you weep for this cause again, I will pluck you out and throw you with the water you lose to soften clay. Ha! Let it be so. I have another daughter, and I am sure she is kind and comforting. When she hears this of you, with her nails, she will flay your wolfish face. You shall find that I will resume the form you think I have cast off forever. Lear, Kent, and attendants exit. Did you notice that? I cannot be so partial, Goneril, even for the great love I bear you. Please be satisfied. Oswald, ho! You, sir, more knave than fool, go after your master. Uncle Lear, wait and take the fool with you. A fox, when someone has caught her, and such a daughter, should surely go to the slaughter, if my cap could buy a halter. So the fool follows after. The fool exits. This man has been well advised. 100 knights. It is wise and safe to let him keep 100 knights ready, so that at every dream, rumor, fancy, complaint, or dislike he may arm his dotage with their power and hold our lives at his mercy. Oswald, I say, you may carry fear too far. Better too safe than too trusting. Let me keep removing the dangers I fear, not keep fearing that I will be taken by them. I know his heart. What he has said I have written to my sister. If she supports him and his 100 knights, after I have shown how unfit it is. Oswald returns. What now, Oswald? Have you written that letter to my sister? Yes, madam. Take some men with you and get to horse. Tell her fully of my particular fears, and add whatever reasons of your own may make them stronger. Go and hurry back. No, no, my lord. This milky gentleness and way of yours, though I do not condemn it, yet pardon me, you are more blamed for lacking wisdom than praised for harmful mildness. Oswald exits. How far your eyes can see I cannot tell. In trying to make things better, we often ruin what is well. Well then. Well, let the outcome show. They exit. Lear, Kent, and fool enter. Go ahead of me to Gloucester with these letters. Tell my daughter nothing more of what you know than what she asks about from the letter. If you are not quick and diligent, I will arrive there before you. I will not sleep, my lord, until I have delivered your letter. Kent exits. If a man's brains were in his heels, would they not be in danger of chilblains? Yes, boy. Then I beg you, be cheerful. Your wits will not go about in war, now choose. Ha ha ha! You will see your other daughter treat you kindly, for though she is as different from this one as a crabapple is from an apple, still I can tell what I can tell. What can you tell, boy? She will taste as much like this one as one crabapple tastes like another. Can you tell why a man's nose stands in the middle of his face? No. Why, to keep his eyes on either side of his nose, so that what a man cannot sniff out, he may look into. I wronged her. Can you tell how an oyster makes a shell? No. Nor can I. But I can tell why a snail has a house. Why? Why, to put his head in, not to give it away to his daughters and leave his horns without a case. I will forget my own nature. Such a loving father. Are my horses ready? Your donkeys have gone to fetch them. The reason why the 7 stars are no more than 7 is a pretty reason. Because they are not 8. Yes, indeed. You would make a good fool. To take it back by force. Monstrous ingratitude. If you were my fool uncle, I would have you beaten for growing old before your time. How is that? You should not have grown old until you had grown wise. Oh, let me not be mad, not mad, sweet heaven. Keep me steady, I do not want to go mad. A gentleman enters. Well? Are the horses ready? Ready, my lord. Come, boy. The girl who is a maid now, and laughs as I leave, will not be a maid long unless matters are cut shorter. They exit.
And there we will pause. Lear has given everything away to the 2 daughters who lied to him and cast out the one who loved him truly, and already the flattering daughters are tiring of their burdensome old father. Next time, in part 2, ingratitude shows its teeth, and the king who gave away his crown discovers exactly what he has left himself: nothing. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.